always have been. In the ring and in business. 30 years of battles, rising, falling, rebuilding. I've made money, I've lost money, but it wasn't until I created Zapata Systems was I able to really climb my way out. But the toughest fight, it wasn't physical. It was watching money walk out the door week after week, whether to vendors charging too much or labor not justifying the revenue. That money stress, it doesn't always stay at work. It follows you home, turns into arguments, cold dinners, and broken peace. And then there's the IRS, back taxes, deadlines, pressure you can't punch your way out of. Zapata System shows you what you're really paying. It gives you control, leverage, and savings. This isn't about surviving. It's about winning. You're in a fight. Start acting like it. Zapata Systems. Fight smarter.
What's up, guys? We are live. I'm Joe Zapata with my boy, Greg Valentino. What's up, Greg?
Giuseppe, what are you doing?
What's up, man? We got some people in the chat there. Joe Matarazz, Venom 123. What's
Joe
up, man?
Venom 123. They're shit talkers, I think those guys.
Yeah, Mike M 1388. What's going on, guys? Of course, our friend Dan. What's up, Dan? What are you doing? And of course, our man Skip. What's up, Skip? Greg, I wanted to talk to you. What is your opinion, first of all, of the whole Jimmy Kimmel mess?
I believe in free speech, okay?
Correct.
But I believe that ABC fucking fumbled the ball because they really are not. They're losing affiliates. They're still affiliates. They're not carrying them. Yesterday, Jimmy Kimmel got 6 million viewers when he normally gets 300,000. So they think, what a win. That's one day, motherfucker. One day. Yeah. It's because it's his first day back. It's slowly going to go right back down. There's a lot of people who have no respect for him. I believe in free speech. But it wasn't Donald Trump that took his channel off. It was ABC. Nobody understands that. You fucking jokes. ABC doesn't like Donald Trump. Donald Trump sued ABC. ABC is the one who took the Kamala Harris interview and cut it up and made it look like she said something totally different. Okay, so it's not like ABC is doing Trump's bidding. They hate his guts, okay? So but ABC's not happy with Kimmel because nobody watches that show, and he doesn't bring in the audience. It's not funny anymore. He's not doing jokes. Yesterday he tried to do jokes to try to make himself look funny, but he's not doing comedy anymore. He's doing breaking news, like, oh, so MAGA, I think that ABC fumbled the ball. I think that ABC should have just said, listen, we're losing money. Cut to the chase. Let's just fucking. Instead, they blamed, we'll use the Charlie Kirk thing. And it really doesn't hold water because, nobody said anything when Roseanne Barr just got her show was #1, got pulled off. You know what I mean? By them because, they, all the whole, woke bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said anything with Carson Daly, fucking Megyn Kelly, all them other people. Not Carson Daly, Carson, whatever's in Tucker Carlson. But what I'm saying is, so a lot of people have been pulled off because of woke, bullshit. And when Trump, when Biden was there, Roseanne Barr was like fucking #1 show was pulled off.
Yeah.
So let's not, the left is like, oh my God, free speech is on, no.
Yes.
Don't blame Trump. Every time somebody throws a fart, it's Trump's fault. ABC does not like Trump. So let's get that straight. It had nothing to do with that. And ABC and Disney is the same one that I just saw the other day. Some woman who was out there with her children took a video clip and then put it up to show she was disgusted because they had Snow White there and Snow White had a goatee and beard. And she's like, with the little girls are like, they're like too stupid. When you're a fucking 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid and you're like, oh my God, Snow White. They're not even like, they're not even like thinking like, wait a minute, what do you have a beard mustache? She had blue eyeshadow on, red lipstick, but it had a beard. It was a guy, a blatant guy, not a tranny, but a guy. You know what I'm saying? And they're still doing that fucking bullshit. So
Yep.
I don't want to hear any fucking bullshit from these fucking liberals who are ruining this country. Okay.
Yep.
Free speech, I believe in it, but free
I
speech has
agree with you.
consequences, bro. If you
Yeah.
ran in the middle of Harlem, you could stand there and go, and I just, say the N word, right? You can do
Yeah.
it. You have the right to do that, but you're also going to suffer the worst fucking consequence for that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? I'm
Yep.
just saying, you have, of course, free speech is free speech, but that doesn't mean there's no consequences attached. Now, do I think that what Kimmel said was like grounds to be ripped off of fucking television? Probably not. You know what I mean? All he did was say, "Oh, MAGA's trying to, MAGA's trying to blame the left." Meanwhile, it was one of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just
I'm
feel,
friends with Jim Brewer, friendly with
uh-huh.
Jim Brewer, the
I know
comedian.
Jim Brewer. I interviewed Jim
Yeah.
Brewer.
And he's a cool dude and everything. And he says, free speech, correct. However, when you have an agenda where you're going to steer the crowd to be, when you want to steer the crowd to make it be like against somebody, and he doesn't like Trump, obviously, you kind of you got to be careful. You want to say jokes, fake jokes, but free speech, I believe in, but be careful what you say. Take it with.
Listen, if Donald Trump was out in the middle of the ocean with a fucking jet ski and he saw a kid fall overboard fishing in a fucking boat with his grandfather, and Donald Trump ran over the jet ski, pulled the kid up out of the ocean, put him right back in the boat, the left would say he fucking took food out of the shark's mouth. You know what I mean? Like, they'll find a reason to say what he did was wrong. If he cured cancer, they would say he put doctors out of business. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing he could do is right, but they got to stop doing that shit. Like Greg Gutfeld today had a great fucking thing. What he was saying, that like, it's one thing to say like, you're ugly or you're fat or something like that, but when you say you're a danger to democracy, you're a Nazi, you're Hitler, you're evil, that makes people say, I got to stop this guy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
100%.
so they got to stop their free speech. I do like the fact that Jim Comey, I think, is in trouble today, right? They just indicted him for lying and all that bullshit. That you have to find something, but you got to start fucking I think it's time for Trump to start knocking a few people out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to show.
Mike M said Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. Free speech doesn't mean free of consequence.
Right, Mike, you're exactly right. There's consequences. You can say anything you want. You can sit, like I said, you can go into Harlem and go, fuck BLM, I hate black people. What you have the right to do that. But what's the consequence going to be like that? You understand?
100%.
You could go right into fucking, you can go to goddamn, when they have the Christopher Columbus fucking parade and sit there and go, Guinea fucking bastard, you Guinea motherfucker. You know what happened here? It wouldn't be good. But you have the right to do that. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
It's free speech means, but there's nowhere in the Constitution it says free speech means zero consequences. It doesn't say that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Dan said Jimmy Kimmel is a clown. That's not funny.
He's not funny, bro. He's not funny. He's not funny. Twice back in 2003, I had a chance to be on his show. There's people. First of all, this guy's name is Adam, not Adam Carolla. Another guy named Adam used to call me, dude. The guy was lit on cocaine. I couldn't even understand, and they wanted me to fly myself out there and pay for my own way out there. Fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Dan said wokeness is a weakness.
It's very bad, bro. Today it's very bad. You still got people with BLM and DEI. Fucking Kamala Harris was a DEI hire. When Biden got in, he said, if I get in, I will hire a black woman. Why didn't you say I'm going to hire the best person for the job? You know what I mean? If it happened to be a black woman, then fine. You know what I mean? He didn't get Condoleezza Rice. He got fucking, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yep. Knight Rider said late night shows are just left-wing propaganda.
It is. And it's getting bad. That's the problem. They're making up shows. When you get these guys talking, like now all of a sudden, fucking, what's his name over there? Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newscum, as fucking Trump calls him. Standing his fists like, we need to fight back, and take off your masks. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What do you mean? What are you afraid of? I'll tell you what. If I'm ICE, I'll say, you know what? Okay, listen. This is what we're gonna do. We'll take our masks off. Okay, we're having a mask because you fuckers keep doxing us. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take each person from Congress on the left. I'm gonna put AOC, I'm going to put fucking Maxine Waters, I'm going to put fucking Adam Schiff, I'm going to put those fucking, that other guy that drew the fart, what's his name, Swalwell, I'm going to put fucking all Jamie Raskin. I'm going to put Chuck Schumer. I'm going to put all your information out there with your fucking name, your phone number, your address, the school your kids go to, the work place where your wife works, and your fucking picture of your car. We're going to do that. We'll do that, okay? And then we'll take off our masks. See how fucking fast that goes, because that's exactly why they're wearing masks. It's because they're being doxxed, because their families are in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Their families will get threatened.
Yep.
Look at the asshole yesterday that went to an ICE facility and tried to shoot at the ICE guys. He missed, and he hit two of the fucking immigrants and killed. I don't know if he killed two. I know he killed at least one, and it was a few that was shot. You missed, you fucking idiot. Anyway.
Dan said, I've been watching a lot of Jim Brewer lately. Yeah, Jim was a Jersey guy. He's in Florida now, but he was a cool dude. And
I know Jim. Jim and I did. Me and Joe Pietaro did a fucking thing with Jim Brewer, and he's awesome, dude. I think he's on fucking coke because he's fucking he's all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's funny as hell.
Even Jim Florentine, we did him too. Even I don't want the voice, and we did him, and it was so the whole time, and you're like, what the fuck are you saying? Anyway,
Joe Matarazzo, go woke, go broke. That's
damn right. Go woke, go broke. But what's happening though is it's not even woke anymore. Now it's fucking, Donald Trump. He's fucking evil. They're Nazis. They're this. Dude,
they hate him.
Dude, they're trying to fucking, like Zohan Mandami wants to now. How is this going to go over? When he said, if I get elected, he said I won't do it. He wants to do away with NYPD, which is going to be really hilarious. But whatever. Don't go near the city, Joe. But if he said now, well, maybe I'll keep NYPD, but I'm going to have a whole thing of counselors that he's going to start this new organization. It's almost I forgot, he said the name of it, I don't remember, but they're going to be counselors. So when a guy's holding his wife like this with a fucking knife to her neck or a gun to her head, and the counselor's going to go in there Bob, can we take it down? Tell me what's wrong with you. Let's speak. You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Those fucking guys. You're you were fucking out of your mind. Any of you idiots. If there's anybody on here that fucking, buys into free government food and all this, get out. Please argue with us. Bring it on. Tell Joe. We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll put it on. Mike M.
Fucking nuts. You're fucking nuts.
Mike M says late night TV sucks today. Let's go back to Carson, Leno, and Letterman. Yeah, that's those
Johnny
days.
Carson, man. They put up an interview with Johnny Carson. He said, it's okay to make late night jokes. This is from 1980s.
Yeah, I remember this.
But you shouldn't be steering your opinion trying to win the election for the left or the right.
Correct.
Joe, I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I was younger, right, and Reagan got in 1980. I was 20 years old, yep. Right, and I remember when he got shot, right?
Yeah, I remember when he got shot.
I kind of fucking was hoping they killed him. Now let me explain to you why. Okay, I didn't know any better. I was stupid. I knew nothing about Reagan. I didn't know if he was Democrat or Republican. I just was because the young people back then, they were just finished the hippie era, which I remember. And all you kept hearing when you were young was fuck the government, bro. They don't give a shit about you. Fuck the government. I just looked at it. It was the president. It didn't matter whether it was Reagan or whoever it was. You know what I mean? And I look back at that now and I'm like, holy fuck, man. So I kind of understand when some of these young kids today, even though the young kids have more, there's internet, there's a lot more
social media.
Yeah, that you can kind of learn. I didn't know anything. I didn't follow politics. I didn't even know. If you asked me, who Reagan ran against and all this other shit. I mean, I knew he ran against Carter. But what I'm saying is
Mondale, right? Also Walter Mondale.
What's that?
Carter and Walter Mondale, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Walter Mondale. Yeah, Carter Mondale
and Carter was an 80, and then again when he won his second term I think it was Walter Mondale.
Yeah, but the thing is, Joe, I didn't follow any of that shit. Yeah. I had no idea what their policies were. I just knew government sucks, bro. The government, they're all the same. They're all fucking politicians. They all suck. Fuck them. I just thought like that. So now it's a different. But today, these kids, I wasn't going to go take a gun and fucking try to kill somebody from the government. You understand what I'm saying? That's bullshit. That shit is crazy. But whatever.
Yeah. Also, something I want to talk to you about also was, that, and I've heard this from two wrestlers because I do a lot of interviews with a lot of wrestlers. I just had D'Lo Brown on. I got the call about 2 hours before he was getting arrested was Raja finally got arrested. And I had got the call because I told.
You mean, what's his name, son?
Yes, Rampage's son finally got arrested, obviously.
That kid, but what's funny? That kid's got serious fucking issues, and you can see it. Dude, Rampage, you think at Rampage, fucking took him fishing and sat on a dock when he was a little boy,
No.
threw baseballs to him and shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You think he's, went to school and Father's Day and no. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Those people, that's what, listen, why do you think all of a sudden Robert De Niro's son came out? Now he's trans, right? It says he's trans.
Is it really? I didn't even know that. Did he really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Google it right now while I'm talking to you. Google De Niro's son is now trans, and go look at his picture. Anyway, so now they did like TMZ did a little interview with him and everything, being trans, and you know what the first thing he said is, I'm not used to being in the fucking public's eye, and all this attention on me has kind of got me like overwhelmed. And I'm like, that's what you wanted. That's why these people do this shit. It's because they want attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not really trans. Yeah, you see it, right?
Yeah.
They're not really trans. Do you think that Robert De Niro fucking sat with that kid, threw baseballs with him, had talks with him? You know what I'm saying? Went to the movies, just come on, son, me and you. Like I used to do with my kid, took him fishing and shit. No. You know what I mean? They have nannies raise these kids. So the kids want to revolt, fight back, make their own statements. So you know what? I'm a woman. You know what I mean? And that's the fucking, they're not really fucking. Transgender exists, but it's rare. And now everybody's fucking. Every girl's a guy, every guy's a girl. Every movie star has a tranny or two trannies in their fucking, as their kids. It's fucking crazy.
Wow. Mike M says it's sad. They're left, right, and the only ones who are realistic is in the middle.
Right. Yeah, but the right is not that bad. You don't listen. Did you see? I like what what's his name was saying. Oh Christ! One of the guys on Fox. It wasn't. It's one of the ex-congressmen. Jason Chaffetz. He was saying that he was there, when Charlie Kirk was shot, and he was there at the funeral, and he was there after Charlie Kirk was shot. I said there wasn't a gum wrapper on the floor. He said there was nobody throwing shit, freaking out. Nobody on the right started a fight. Nobody jumped on somebody that was on the left that was sitting there.
No riots or burning stores down.
Now, of course, if you have a vigil and some idiot runs in the middle, stomps on the candles, fuck Charlie Kirk. Yeah, they're going to jump and stop on him. But they didn't riot. They didn't burn anything down. There was no fist fights or any of that shit. Okay? So you can't keep saying, I hate when people say, well, it's both sides. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the left. Go Google. I can fucking prove shit to you if I start sending you shit, Joe. Listen, go Google all the school shooters. Every one of them had ties to being some sort of trans freak. They're not really trans. It's a cry for help. That's what that shit is. They they do that to get their parents' attention. I'm telling you, they're all nut jobs. And the parents today allow their kids. Boo, 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 boo. I'm sorry, some of you guys are video game players. To me, that's the biggest time-wasting fucking thing on the planet. I can't sit and like, oh, I got to the next level. Boop, 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 boop. Hours of that shit. Never. Not me, bro. You know what I mean? But all that shit spawns, I just killed it. Grand Theft Auto. I talked about this in Bigger, Stronger, Faster. Grand Theft Auto, killing cops and shit, And it's true. You know what I mean? You get their minds are fucked up. And their parents, God forbid, every once in a while you hear like some kid goes off, kills his mother, kills his father because they took his cell phone away or they stopped him from playing video games for a day, and he goes psycho. You know what I mean? Like that, when I was young, the word no in my house, when my father or my mother said no, that was no. That was it. It didn't matter. I don't care. No, you're not doing this. I said no. That's it. You know what I mean? If there was cell phones back then, my mother would have took my cell phone and my father would have said, did you take your cell phone? Yes, but no, but say but one more time. Say but one more time and you'll never get that cell phone. As a matter of fact, give me the cell phone. Smash. That's what he would have done. You know what I mean?
Mike G says prayers to PJ Braun's son. I don't know
what happened. What do you mean? What happened?
I don't know. Mike G, do you know anything? I know his son had a little surgery or something was going on. But
his son's an infant, though, isn't he?
Yeah, his infant. Yes. So I don't know what's going on. Mike G, if you can elaborate a little bit.
Shit. I gotta get a hold of PJ.
Maybe I could text him, PJ. William Allen said Kimmel won't last. Ratings will plummet in a month or so.
Of course, William. 100%, William. William Allen's right. William, you are 100% right. That's just because it's his first day back, and all the liberals who don't normally watch his show
want to hear what he's going to say.
Sit there and watch his show and want to hear what he has to say. And he
correct.
Sit there and crying. I didn't mean anything against that young man.
You know exactly. What I mean?
You never said you're sorry, though.
Dan said, I used to have a Goodfellas poster in my man cave after Dino started with all the golf crap. I immediately took it off the wall. Oh,
yeah, because, it's hard to like De Niro now. There's a few. Look, Dan, I used to like Bruce Springsteen back. I'm talking about in the late 70s, early 80s. You know, Rosalita, Born to Run. You know what I mean? Like, you know, shit like that. Thunder Road. I liked all that shit. I don't like any of the new shit. But what I'm saying is, you know, I lost it for him too. I wouldn't listen to that shit. A lot of actors, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, not for none. Even Brad Pitt, they all got trans kids. Charlize Theron, who I like, all got trans kids. You know what I mean? They all do.
William Allen said a tranny with a piece isn't a good combo with everything going on these days. No, it's not. Joe Matarazzo said, Greg, I watched the original Crocodile Dundee the other day, and the tranny scene had me thinking of you.
Thank you. You guys are crazy. You know, when I say tranny, I'm talking. I'll fucking show you guys what I'm talking about. Joe knows. I've showed you guys would be like, dude, I'll take that in a minute. You would never fucking know. It's not something with a boner. Porn is one thing. That's totally different. Just like when you watch two chicks in porn, right? And you watch the two chicks and they're making out and the guy's laying in the middle and they're taking turns sucking his dick. Yeah. Okay. Like two chicks that are into each other want your fucking sorry ass with your dick there. It's movies, bro. I'm just telling you. What you see today on TV, those aren't trannies. Those are fucking messes.
Yeah. I saw some, I don't know if it was on Instagram or TikTok. This guy was in Thailand or something, and the beautiful girls were sitting there and he's like, you a boy or girl? You a boy or girl? And they're like, boy. And you were like, what the fuck? And they were beautiful girls.
Tony Huge talks about that all the time. The girls out there. There's a few. There's another pro bodybuilder who I don't want to say his name, but he even told me, bro, you go to Thailand, the hottest girls out there, they're the lady boy. And they tell you, I'm a lady boy. You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Yeah, lady boy. Yeah,
you know,
lady boy.
Listen, Joe, I sent you that. Joe, did I send you that thing that time with I'll send it right now. Where is it here? The one where what's his name talks about that Andrew Tate.
Yes, you told me about
did I send you that thing, Andrew Tate?
Yes, with Hulk Hogan thing.
Yeah, where he says, "Would you rather fuck Hulk Hogan with a pussy or Megan Fox with a cock?" Now, I know what you're gonna say because you think, "Oh, it's got to be gay because if Megan Fox is a 10." He goes, "If she's got a cock," he goes, and you'd rather fuck Hulk Hogan because he's got a pussy. Guess what? He goes, "You're fucking gay." He goes, "I'll take the Megan Fox any day of the week." He goes, "You turn it around, and there it is." You know what I mean? It's a great fucking video where and I get that. That's what I'm talking about. It's not like you like dudes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Ruben Sanchez says, "I'm trisexual. I'll try anything sexual."
There you go, Ruben.
Oh man. Mike Gem said, Greg, you're a mean parent. Not many parents in the home anymore.
No, I'm not a mean parent. I'm a great parent. That's why I'm my kid's hero. Listen, I let them get away with murder, but there was also a line that you don't cross. I wasn't like that. My father, my mother were great parents. I had the greatest parents on the planet, but they were a team. Never did my father, if my mother said, you know, if I said something to piss her off, she said, "Now you're not sleeping over your friend's house tonight." You know what I mean? Because I'd sleep over my neighbor's house. And then I'd say to my father, "Dad, Mom said," he said, "What did Mom say?" He said, "All right, don't ask again." Or, "You know what? You're going to go to bed early." Like, they never went against each other. They were a team. My mother and my father were a fucking team, bro. And let me tell you, never went against each other. Even if my father said, "Yeah, you can go fishing tomorrow," but Mama said, "No, I told you to do whatever, make it better, make an example. And you didn't do it, so now you're not going fishing." And I said, "Dad," she said, you can't go fishing, not going fish. Don't let me see you touch that fishing pole." You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, that's the way they were. They never went against each other. And if there was cell phones, I could have had a cell phone. But if I fucking fucked up and, you know, they felt like it was the cell phone's problem, my father would say, "I bought this. This is my cell phone. It's on I pay for this every month. I bought it. Here it goes. Now, I just broke my cell phone. Now, if you want a new one, even though you're 10 or 12 years old, you better save up your money and you better get your own. And they're not going to give a 12-year-old his own fucking thing.
No.
So you want it on my fucking thing? You better listen to me. I'll smash that one too. That's the way it was. He wasn't being mean. You knew not to. That's the way a father's supposed to be. Do you understand? You're supposed to stop your kid from doing. Your kid can't rule you. If you're one of those parents that your kid fucking says, you know, he's like this and they're gonna rule you. That's why. Listen, that fucking kid that killed Charlie Kirk. Do you know what he did to his mother and his father? Do you have any fucking idea what he did to them? They just lost their son. Do you understand that? And they came from a good family. But when you let your kid do whatever the fuck he wants to do and rule the house and you bow to the kid, there's a reason why parents you're supposed to, even in the fucking wild. You understand? A mama bear's not going to let a baby bear fuck up or she's going to bite him in the ass. You understand? You do what I tell you to do. I'm the king. You know what I mean? And that's the way it works. Till you get your own castle, This is what my father used to say. This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. I'm the dictator. And I love you and I'll give you whatever you want. You have utopia here. But you want to fuck around? Go get your own house. And then you could fucking put, locks on doors, because I used to always tell him, I want a lock on my door, because you start jerking off when you're like 10, 11. You say you don't want your parents walking in when you're cracking your joke. You're looking at it politely. You're like, oh my God, hair pie. And then the mother opens the door. Do you want, oh my God,
Wayne W said, what's up, Momos? What's up, Wayne?
Hey, Wayne, what's going on?
John Spaldy said, hey, Joe, did you see or hear about the Mark Kerr movie, The Smashing Machine? Yes, I did. I actually text Mark Kerr and Mark Coleman. I actually have their numbers. I texted them to see if I can get them on the show, but Mark Coleman would, but Mark Kerr, he's too busy right now.
Yeah, that's
going to be a good movie. The Rock might win an Oscar, they say, for that role.
I mean, Mark Kerr was good, but there's a lot of other guys that could have made a movie about it, in my opinion, but whatever.
And they did it, I think, a lot because of his battle, his drug addiction, his all that stuff.
How many of those guys had drug addictions and have all kinds of look at fucking, my God, look at what's his name? It's in a fucking Brazilian prison over there. You know what I'm saying?
Who's over there?
Oh, for Christ's sake. You know who I'm talking about.
Okay,
come on, Craig. The Italian kid. What's his name? I know him. I've met him. What the fuck's his name? He's a maniac. Come on, you guys. Fucking, I want to know why I'm not spitting it out. Yeah, you do. You know who it is. It's very
famous Italian.
New York badass. New York badass. What the hell? I can't believe I've met him.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Wait, somebody's got to say his name here. The New York badass. What the hell's his name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The UFC fighter, right?
Yeah, I was there when he fucking told Craig Titus, I'll smack the yellow off your teeth. That's what he told Craig Titus. Oh my God.
What happened?
Phil Baroni.
Yeah, Phil Baroni. Yes.
Somebody just said.
Rider said, what happened to PJ's son? I don't know, Knight Rider. Mike G said it. I'll have to text PJ and see what's going on because I don't know. I know his son had a little something going on, but I thought it was okay.
Dude, you want to talk about like a guy you can make a movie about? Phil Baroni's life's fucking crazy. I mean, he was in with mob guys, and he was in with with Gotti Jr., all those guys. He was in with
a movie about your life. Jesus Christ! All the shit you went through.
You ain't kidding.
All the shit you went through. I know all the shit with you.
Oh yeah. I did a lot of shit that's not even out there that I went through. Holy Christ.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm sitting on a dick right now that's this fat. my dick right now looks like this right here. There's water bottles that fat.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I got a fucking Joe knows. I got an
infection or something.
Yeah, it's not it's jock itch, but of course I gotta get it. I've never had jock itch in my life, and all of a sudden it goes. Most guys get it on the inner thighs and shit. I got it there, but it went right on my dick, and now my dick is fucking huge, and I had to bring it to. I get this fucking. I had this like little trans man woman fucking doctor. You know what I mean? It's a woman and it looked like a dude. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I said, "Do you see a lot of these?" And she's like, "Of course I do. What do you think?" And I was like, "Did you ever get it on your dick?" No, but she
now get your finger on my ass.
No, but I mean, she's like, "Man, you got a big dose of that shit." I got it bad, bro. I'm sitting on this fucking thing. It's itching. I want to sit there with a fucking wire, like what you clean the grill with and shit.
Yeah,
I want to fucking scratch with that shit, And I'm taking all the fucking medications. I got to go to the doctor again tomorrow. But I mean, like, my God, man, no, I can't get normal shit. I can't be like, oh, well, you got a little rash over there. I got to have the fucking my dick looks just like Lee. Now, you guys don't know, but Joe saw Lee Priest's dick, the dick pic and everything of Lee Priest when he had when Joe was with me and Lee, all three of us were together. Lee put it on my phone. I could sit here and show you, but I'm not going to show you guys. But Joe saw it, and it's not a pretty. It wasn't a pretty. Lee's dick was in pretty bad shape. Well, mine looks just like that, Joe. It looks just, except it didn't hit. Mine's not bleeding like his.
Mm-hmm. What do we got here? Some of these questions are jumping up. Dan, Greg, you'll have to find some Jimmy Kimmel toilet paper now. LOL.
I know, right? I do. Thank you, Dan.
Joe Matarazzo, I just meant I saw it coming because of all your training stories. Aha.
Yes, I knew what you mean.
What's going on?
There hasn't been that many, but I've definitely, I've.
Mike M. Joe misread. Yeah, I did. Some of these questions are popping in really quick, and I can't get them all.
Keep talking.
Trend Boy said, Greg had a great Italian upbringing.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
I did have a very Italian upbringing.
Greg meant parent singular. That's what. Correct.
What Greg my parents say? No, well, I had two parents. I'm not sure what he meant. What's he talking about there? But I have, both my parents. They were tag team, bro. You get fucking crazy with one, the other fucking. I got this. You know what I mean? That's what it was. That's my boy right there.
Will,
what's
come on,
going
bro.
on?
What's going
How
on,
you
Will?
doing, my brother?
William Allen said, "I grew up in a dictatorship home. So glad I did.
Yes.
Got me ready for adulthood."
Yes, it matters. You know what I mean? It matters. My parents didn't, like, if my father said, my mother said, I want you home by 11 o'clock at night, and I got home 11:01, she would get psycho. And then my father would be like, up now tomorrow, you go to bed at 9. And I'd be like, what? And he'd go, okay, now it's 8. Say another word. But that's it. Now 7. Want to keep going? You know what I mean? You knew that was like, I'd have to go to bed. It was fucking still light out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I'll never question him again.
Tremboy said, "My dad caught me whacking off once. Very embarrassing."
Was it his Playboy?
my mom caught my brother George banging some chick once.
Oh, did she?
I
never got caught with any of that shit. See, but my father was like, he wasn't into all that like Playboy shit. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't like that stuff. So if I got caught with a Playboy magazine, which I did, I was in trouble. You know.
Mm-hmm.
My mother called it smut. You're looking at smut.
Mm-hmm. John Solly said, "It's crazy. His doc was unbelievable." Yes, his documentary was good. The Mark Kerr story. It was good.
Yeah, I actually have to download it, but I didn't see it. Chuck Zito is the man. Phil Baroni, yes.
Phil Baroni, yes. And Mike G, you said something about PJ Braun's son. How's he doing? I don't know what's going on. So Mike G actually mentioned that before.
I'll talk to PJ about that. I didn't know this.
Yeah. John Solly said, "Greg, when I worked down in the Hamptons, I used to see him, Baroni, all the time. He was cool to me."
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a very good guy. Just don't want to get him pissed off. You know what I mean? I knew him. I was right there. He told him and Craig Titus didn't get along. And he told Titus, "I'll fucking smack the yellow off your teeth." Will,
what's going on, Will? Thank you so much. How you guys doing? Been missing you, fellas. Yeah, Will, we've been missing you too, man.
Yeah,
you got to get together and come on with us.
Will's the man. Will don't take no shit. Will's a martial arts. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah. He's got all the stuff on IMDb too. He's on
there's a lot. Movies, he's all over. Cop, everything. There's a lot. He's a good man, Will. He's got some good kids too.
Yeah, my mom was the same way, Greg. Will said.
Yep, that's it. But you needed that, Will. That's why you came out good. You know what I mean? If my mother saw the way I am today, she'd be like, "What the hell did I do?" You know what I mean? It wasn't my parents. I wasn't fucked up till I got older. Even though I took a stripper to my senior prom. I think my parents had tongue in cheek about that. They thought that was fucking funny. You know what I mean? Like when
they like the girl, did they meet her and say,
yeah. She was the fucking. I took off my my gown and shit, and I flipped it, and I did the posing, all about that. I think, right? My mother was the first one,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what about the girl the stripper you took to your prom? Did your mom say anything?
Yeah, no, she knew she was a stripper. The worst part was a year or two after I was fucking another stripper, and that's when I got the fucking VD. I got the gonorrhea and shit. My mother's like, "Why do you have blood in your underwear?" And I was like, "You don't want to know." You know what I mean? I feel like that now. I don't have blood coming in. I mean, I get the fucking infection, not infection, what do you call it? Whatever that shit is, that bad jocking. Can't be normal, it has to be bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, it's fucking swollen. I look like fucking Johnny Holmes. My girlfriend's like, "Holy shit, you're walking around with the pants and the bulges out there." It's because my fucking Pishuli God is fucking, I'm telling you, it's as fat as this fucking bottle right here.
Wow. Mike G said, "PJ's son has leukemia. Just started chemotherapy."
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Please tell me that's not true.
Leukemia. The kid's got to be, 6 months old?
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's
holy
crazy.
Shit. I got to call. Oh, my God.
I got to text him, too, and tell him, I did not know that, Mike G. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. That's horrible. God bless him.
Yeah, I got to talk to him.
Text him when I say that, I mean that. I read a rosary. When I tell people I'm going to say a prayer for, I actually do. You know what I mean? Other people say, it's like a comment. Yeah, we'll say a prayer for. They don't mean that, though.
Mm-hmm. William Allen said, Comey got indicted.
Comey, yes.
Comey got indicted.
He did get indicted. He deserved, but he's one of many that better get indicted. You got to start kicking their ass because they're not stopping. It boggles my mind. They lost the 2024 election, right? But yet they keep singing the same song. You know what I mean? Like the same thing that got them, here Donald Trump wants to go in and clean up fucking Chicago. And they're like, no, that's so bad. Why do you want to clean up Chicago? It's fine. It's just not. Meanwhile, the savages, they don't want to enforce law enforcement. You know what I mean? Now they're actually getting upset because He wants to make Antifa, who's their little minions, right? That's their minions. He wants to make Antifa a terrorist organization. They're like, it's not. Antifa's not an organization. It's like an idea. The fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
You people are that fucking nuts that you're like against that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But you keep calling him Hitler. First of all, his daughter's an Orthodox Jew who's married to Jared Kushner, who's an Orthodox Jew. He made her, she had to be convert. He wears a yarmulke. His sons wear yarmulkes when they're on Air Force One with Trump. So Trump's the first Jew-loving Nazi ever. Go figure that out. You tell me that,
Mike M says mental illness runs deep on the left. It does. It does. Did you hear that the guy who shot Kirk, his girlfriend or whatever she is, she actually had to pack up and move, she said, or whatever?
Had to what?
She had to pack up and move or something because she said
his family, because it's not a girl, it's not even a
whatever he is.
I think it's a guy who's like confused. I saw him; he had short hair and it was a guy. You know what I mean? I don't think he takes hormones. I don't think he does any of that shit. Doesn't it? That's the problem with today. You can identify as whatever the fuck you want, and it's the stupidest fucking thing.
Yep. Anthony D said, Greg, a new powerhouse gym just opened up by me in East Norrington. Very pretty. AJ and I almost tripped over 3 tripods walking through.
Oh shit, Anthony! Anthony, I swear to God, I was thinking about Anthony today. I saw something on TV where a guy was eating the tomato pie. They were showing like a tomato pie thing. So I swear, Anthony, I swear to God, because we haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. So I was like, holy shit, we haven't seen Anthony. You know what I mean? Anthony, good to hear from you, man. Tell AJ,
people with the tripods is getting ridiculous. I saw a couple of them.
I don't know. The gym, that's the gyms. If you're training at like a Planet Fitness, they allow it. I don't understand how that's allowed. I would ban if I owned a gym. I would ban it. I would ban it if I owned a gym. You can't have enough cell phones in a gym. Because my friend threw out some old dude because he kept taking like fucking. He'd have his cell phone like this, and he'd make believe he was taking fucking videos of himself, right? But meanwhile, there was a chick behind him like with fucking nice ass and stuff, and my friend's like, I know what you're doing. Because the girls would like be like, you're every time I'm over here, you're videotaping supposedly yourself, and I know what you're doing. Because the guy would make believe he's on a machine taking a video of himself, but he'd really be taking it over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember I was in the gym and I passed it, and the guy was doing it, and I accidentally cut in front of it because he had it so far away to get a big angle. And he gets up and he goes, hey, excuse me, I was filming. And I turned at him and looked at him, and I don't like to start problems. I don't like to get involved. I kind of, even though I just don't like to do that, I try and just keep the peace, don't like to fight. And I said to him, I said, honestly, sir, this is not the place for it right now. That's all I said.
You should have pulled the fucking Robert Frank on him. Is this your tripod? Get the fucking thing and throw it off the fucking.
Yeah, I was going, if it kept going, I would, but I don't like to, I like to ease it, go. I don't like to get involved in that kind of stuff. I try to keep it easy, No,
I know. Because with my luck, I'd be the one in trouble.
I'm not those alpha males, those fake alpha males all over like the Wes Watson and the Ben Azulis and the.
Speaking of that, Lucia, did you talk to Johnny? Oh, Johnny didn't reply yet.
Okay. Yeah, because Johnny, I think Johnny, for you guys that don't know, Johnny Bravo has his channel. Actually, it got shadow banned or whatever, got suspended because of that. Wes Watson, I guess, did something. So let's all try and support Johnny Bravo if we can.
Johnny's my guy. I'm very upset to hear it because he has a great channel. I watch every one of his videos. Yeah. I watch every Johnny Bravo video. Johnny and I are personal friends outside this shit. We talk on the phone. Him and my girlfriend fucking text message all the time with each other. They're into all that fucking Lebanese, like shadmuta shit, belly dance, boats, all that crappy stuff. And food, she talks to him about everything. But Johnny's a great guy. And I got to tell you something. Wes Watson needs help. He really does. He's got problems. First of all, when a girl tells you, all you guys out there, let me just tell you something. If you're dating a chick, right, and she tells you, like, I'm only here for the money, or I don't want to be here, or I don't want to be in a relationship with you, get bye. What are you that pathetic? You hate yourself and you have no confidence that you'll never get enough, that you have to, I don't care if you're so in love with her. I call it the Cinderella theory. You want it to, you got this glass slipper, right? And it's a size 6, but she's got a size 8 foot. And you're trying to get it on it because you want it to work out so bad. But it's not the right fit. Just because she's hot, she got big tits, but she's cheating on you. She doesn't really give 2 shits about you. And that's not going to change. And if you go beat up some guy because he's talking to her, you know what's going to happen? You're going to jail. And now she's got We got rid of him. You understand? Now
right.
she's got free. Let it go, bro. There's too much. There's too many other fucking chicks out there. You know? And
Yep.
you know, I feel bad for Wes Watson because you know, the first thing he does if he's got a doctor's appointment, how you doing? Yeah, I got a thing on my foot. Listen, by the way, I was in jail, and it's like he's got to tell everybody. Who cares? You know how many guys? Every time somebody gets out of jail now, there's nothing but a million videos out there. Stories from jail. What the fuck, bro? Who cares? What is that? Does that mean that you're some kind of fucking stud because you went to jail? I went to jail. I don't sit here and fucking, it means nothing. It's stupid, okay? And it doesn't mean you're a tough guy because the real psychos in jail aren't going to come out here and start telling jail stories. They're the kind of guys that fucking they don't even talk. You know what I mean? They're really nuts. And I'm just saying. But the guy needs help. I think he needs help, if I knew the guy, I would help him. You know what I mean? I'd get his mind straight. You can't sit there and talk about, I come home and I want my dick sucked. And the chick sitting there with her daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing, bro? What are you fucking doing? You're sitting there talking about her mother sucking at your dick with like a 6 or 7, 8-year-old girl sitting right there, And the mother is just as much of a pig because she's sitting there allowing that, what I mean? Because any girl of substance would be like, did you just say that in front of my? Let's go. We're out. I don't care. Keep your fucking money. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. But you know what I'm saying? These people like ticks feeding off each other. It's like two suckers like stuck on each other like this.
Yeah.
It's no good, bro. It's no good. And this guy's going to wind up losing his fucking freedom because of all this shit. He's like, I'll fight anybody. I was in jail. I'll fight anybody. I was a shot caller in jail. What does that fucking mean?
No. Apparently, I heard people said he got his ass kicked all the time in jail.
Bro, he was calling out fucking UFC guys. Are you fucking out of your fucking mind?
I know.
Go tell Sean, what's his name, that shit. He'll fucking come over here. Oh, I'm
gonna beat the shit out of him.
Sean. Guys, help me. What the fuck, man? I love Sean. Sean. Fucking, I'll kick anybody's ass. What the fuck's his name? Sean. Oh, come on. Sean. S-E-A-N. Sean, like S-E-A-N. I love the guy. He's my guy. Where is he? Sean, where?
Sean who?
Dude, are you fucking joking me?
Ruben Sanchez.
UFC.
I'm no bully, but I
Sean, what the hell's his name? Dude, why am I not getting this right? Yeah, what the hell? Lucia, what's that guy's name? For Christ's sake. I don't know why. I guess I'm hyper and I can't think. What the fuck, bro? Come on, somebody help me out. Sean. Look at my girlfriend, Sean Strickland. Imagine, because that motherfucker will get in a car and drive out there to fucking see him. Be like, oh, you said, come on, let's go. And you think he's going to take Sean Strickland? No. But what I'm saying is, you got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you do. Nobody cares that you were in jail. Thank you, whoever said, John Saldi said it. Thank you. You got to watch what you say. And this guy's like a loose cannon. And now you're getting Johnny. But listen, all those little video clips that Johnny Bravo. Listen to me. If you have a hemorrhoid on your asshole, Johnny Bravo will find out. Don't ask me how, but he will find that shit out. And even if you never took a picture of it, somehow he'll find a picture of it and put it up. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he digs out this stuff, but those footage that he puts up there of that guy, I was a shot caller. I went to prison. I did time. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Those are videos that this guy puts out. You understand? So you're using, you understand?
Yes, and that's why Johnny Bravo his lawyer actually came on and said stuff.
I know, I saw it. I listen. I'm gonna find out. I gotta.
It's gonna be.
Johnny's my guy. Johnny Bravo's my guy, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I think West got some sort of app and had a bunch of bots, flag his channel,
maybe,
and report it, because it got taken down. So, but it's gonna get back up, but still.
Well, the only thing that could have possibly happened, maybe, and you'd have to talk. And Johnny's too smart for this. Just trust me. Johnny knows what he's doing. He's too smart. But the only thing you could do is maybe flag for content that's copyright. In other words, that's videos of it's almost like somebody taking a video of this show with me and you, and you're saying, hey, wait a minute, that's, this is a Zapata show here. Right. That's the only thing I could think of, but I'm sure Johnny already covered his tracks with that. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but hey, free speech.
Yep. Ruben said, I'm no bully, but I kick over tripods in the gym.
That Ruben, be careful though if you do that, because you don't want to be like fucking, if you wind up getting locked today, you get locked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy. You can go spit in a fucking ice guy's face, fight a cop or whatever, and you'll be out, but you go kicking a tripod or something, they'll put you in jail and you won't get out for fucking 3 months. It's ridiculous.
Yep. John Sawley said, "Hey Joe, I highly doubt anyone wants to start a problem with you anyway either." Yes, I appreciate that, John. Yeah, I can handle myself. I don't like
Joe is a judo fucking expert of it. Joe would take the fucking not only would flip the tripod, but he'd flip the fucking dude and he'd slam him off the ground. The guy wouldn't even be able to get up.
Yeah, but I don't like to go that route. Fighting's the last resort. I try to just take it easy. I'm not no tough alpha male. These guys that are out there. I just say, hey, I'd rather be friends with you than fight with you. That's how I look at life.
The jail's full of guys that made mistakes, guys. Let me
exactly. Anthony said, Greg, you remember Will, Norm, and Crystal Dabish?
Of course I do. I owned a Powerhouse gym. Yeah, I used to deal with them all the time. Even Crystal was a big girl. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Norm Dabish. Will Dabish was a big guy. Norm Dabish was not to be fucked with. So that's what you're probably getting at, Anthony. Norm Dabish was like mafia up there, bro. He was no joke. Even fucking, cartel guys wouldn't want to fuck with Norm Dabish. He was a bad dude. Guys that fucked with him wound up disappearing. He was a bad dude, Norm Dabish.
Trend Boy said, Bravo is obsessed with Wes Watson.
Listen, got to give Johnny Bravo credit. He digs out shit. I sit there and go, where does he fucking get this stuff from? It's amazing. Johnny Bravo's videos, and he does a good job. He's got quality videos. He talks shit out. He explains things. I love Johnny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We were going to go to your house, me and Johnny. Remember? We were going to go to your house.
He wants to. I told him, dude, you come here with a camera, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Johnny's a good dude. So everyone support him. Obviously, his channel got taken down for now.
Support Johnny. We support Johnny Bravo.
Yep, I got John Sully said John's content is dope. I don't know how his page got taken down. Yeah,
I'm sure down. Johnny Bravo's smart and he has a lawyer. So
he's got a lawyer. Yes.
That he'll be back. I think it's a temporary thing. But I just don't want to see like a war happen where this guy tries to send people, because some of these guys have other people do their dirty work. Even though, Joe, you watched Johnny's last video, right?
Correct.
The one where he was at the dinner table with that other fucking clown.
That kid, that other clown. And then he got into a fight with his friend.
But he got into a fight with his own guys. The same guys that were there when he beat that guy in the gym.
Yep. And that's his problem.
He got in a fight with him, started pushing the guy, and he started telling the guy, kick your fucking ass. I was in jail. I was in shotgun. I was in jail. I went to prison. And he got to do that. It's the same shit all the time. And he got to say that. The doctor, go to doctors. Yeah, doc, I get a little sore. I was in jail. I was in prison. I was in shotgun. Okay, good for you. You know what I mean?
When you have fights like that with your friends in your group because your ego is so big, that's a problem.
I actually feel bad for him. I think, and you know what's funny? I watch all Johnny Bravo's videos, and I'm not speaking for Johnny, but about 2 videos ago, even Johnny was like, I feel bad for this piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think he feels bad for him. That was pretty good, Johnny Bravo, by the way.
Piece of shit.
This piece of shit. This fucking asshole. And shut Muta girlfriend. But listen, I think he feels. I actually feel bad for Wes Watson. Wes, if you're watching this, fucking call me up. I'll straighten your life out. You'll see the light of day. You know what I mean? Forget all that tough guy shit. You're gonna be sitting in a jail cell, and all your fucking nice new sneakers that you're wearing, and all the little purse that you're wearing, all that shit's gone, bro. You're gonna be sitting there with the orange jumpsuit with a bunch of other savages in jail. Yo, I saw your videos. You think you're bad, motherfucker? That's what you're gonna get, and you're gonna say, "What am I doing here?" You got the money. Run with it. Make some investments. Be a businessman. Talk to George Zapata. He'll put you on the Zapata systems. You start making some money with that, Scotto.
Greg, this is my problem. Wes talks how tough he is and everything. He's sitting there with 2 bodyguards.
Yeah, no, but still,
2 bodyguards.
Joe, nobody.
He's not a celebrity. Okay.
None of these guys that talk about how tough they are tough. True tough guys don't do that. Okay. No. True tough guys do not do that. I'm telling you, if you watch Johnny A. Light, even he says, a lot of these guys, all these guys, even some of these mafia guys, did it without a gun in their hand. Without a gun. Some of them are really fucking cowards. You know that, right?
Of course.
And without the element of surprise. You walk in a room, hey, Joe Mataraz, and you're like, what the fuck? I didn't do it. They're tough. But they're not going to go right up to you. You know what I mean? Like, throw down a gun. Say, I don't need a gun. Come on, let's go. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
Crazy. Because like the little kid, there was a kid and the other table came up to him. He's like, he had his bodyguard. Go get him.
Oh my God, I saw that.
I'm like, come on, dude.
That was a guy who was like, dude, I'm a big fan. I watch all your videos. What are you doing?
That's
What are you
fucking
doing?
ridiculous.
Get the kid. What's it going to take? It's going to take away from your time to have the kid. So hold on a second. Here, take a picture. Thanks, man. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I give everybody my time. I don't give two
I
shits.
know you do.
You know what I mean?
You do.
Bob Bonham used to hate to go to the clubs with me because he's like, bro, you're giving seminars here. I can't. I'm waiting 10 minutes with that guy over there and this guy over here. You know, that's the way I don't shut the fuck up. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna let Joe talk for 30 seconds because I'm gonna go urinate. Hold on.
Okay, go urinate. Go ahead. John Saldi said, let's see, Trend Boy. Let's see, Wes is a jerk off, always threatening and hits his girl, apparently, who obviously doesn't want to be with him. He's a scumbag. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man. He's an asshole, you know. Ruben said Johnny Bravo is the man. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. I got his number. I was going to text him a little bit later. You know, what else we got here? Strickland, he's a boy. Ace Sunglasses. Hey, I can Ace. What's going on, Frank? I can access John's YouTube Bravo Films working fine. Okay, because I know he sent out posts saying it wasn't working, so maybe it is up now. I'm not sure, but I know he was having problems. He did send up posts saying it was down. Johnny did himself, so I don't know what's going on. But Bravo, Tremboy said Bravo will be back. Yeah. Tremboy said it's funny when Wes says Bravo lives on his nutsack. Well, I don't like Wes Watson, to be honest with you. I don't. I mean, anyone who got to walk around with bodyguards is kind of ridiculous. And if you guys like wrestling, I actually just did a nice interview with D'Lo Brown from the Nation of Domination. I'm going to have Mark Henry on and DDP on soon. So.
My injured penis just let go of some urine. Yes.
John Sully said, "Hey Joe, Johnny is from Jersey, right? Too. Yes, Johnny is from Jersey. Yes, he lives over here in Jersey.
Yes, Johnny's from Jersey.
Back over here in Jersey. Yes, he is. From Jersey.
Actually, wait a minute. He's not from Jersey. He's from New York. He's on the border. He's right around Palisades.
Yeah, but Palisades Mall.
Palisades Mall. He's from. Oh Christ, Greg, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Nanuet. He's
from Nanuet.
Yeah, like, but he lives in Jersey.
Yeah, George.
On the border. Yeah, he's right here. Yeah, he went back and forth. I think he even went back to Vegas for a little while. Then he came back this way or something.
Oh, he was in Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona for a while. He was in Arizona. Then he came back.
Yeah, now he's back. Yes.
Ace Frank, his lawyer just did a video too,
shit.
And it's funny. Yeah, his lawyer.
Ace Sunglasses
did something
right
Ace.
there. Ace.
There you go, Ace right there. I got him right here too. Got the Ace right there.
Can't see shit.
Right there. Best glasses around, man. Go to Ace.
There you go. Ace. Ace is Lee Priest is the one who turned me on to Frank over there.
Yep. Paramus.
Yes, Paramus. What did I say? Nanuet, right? Nanuet, Paramus.
He's over here by
the Paramus Mall. I was thinking of Paramus Mall. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the way, Greg, did you see the Yankees clinched? Right. Hey, that's some good news.
Yeah, they did that. Cal Raleigh hit another fucking home run. He's up to 60, but you can't compare him with Judge. Judge has him destroyed in hits and fucking everything. The only thing Cal Raleigh has him in is home runs and RBIs. Obviously, Judge. They intentionally walk Judge. They walk Cal Raleigh. I think 16 times intentional. He has 16 intentional walks. Judge has got like 38 intentional walks.
Well,
right there.
MVP, you give to Judge.
You have to give it. You would get. Listen,
I would think so.
The year Mark McGwire hit 70 home runs, he did not get the MVP. Okay, the year Sammy Sosa hit 63, he didn't get MVP. It doesn't just go to whoever hits. He's batting. Cal Raleigh's only batting in the 240s.
Yeah,
you understand? Yeah. Judge has way more hits than he does. His on base percentage is way higher. He's way ahead in WAR, wins above replacement. His OPS is fucking almost 1,300. You can't even compare. Their numbers are not comparable. But you know what it is? Judge is a Yankee, and he keeps winning every year. And it's almost like when Phil Heath kept winning the Olympia, people are like, let's get a new Mr. Olympia. You know what I'm saying? So people, plus the Yankees are a team that you either love them or you hate them. You understand? But MLB, when you watch, like you guys out there are Yankee fans, like John Saldi, I think he's a Yankee fan. Yeah, when you watch the Yankees, right? If you watch and it's the game of the week, let's say it's on Fox or it's on ESPN. Those announcers are fucking Yankee haters, especially if they're playing the Boston Red Sox. You can clearly see they're like
Joe Morgan hated the Yankees.
Oh, they hate the Yankees. They fucking hate it.
Remember Joe Morgan back in the day?
All of them. What's his name too? The fucking
Tim McCarver.
McCarver didn't like the Yankees, but so right now, what's his name? That does the old pitcher from the Braves. What's his name there? Fucking
Schmaltz.
Yes, thank you, John Schmaltz. I don't know I'm too hyper right now. I don't know what it is.
Judge 328 average, 328 average, 51 home runs, 109 RBIs.
Yeah, I mean, he's batting almost 330 the whole fucking year. For a long time, he was batting in the 380s. I mean, he had to slump after a slump, and plus he's hurt. You know what I mean? He's hurt. He's playing.
He's got to perform in the postseason. That's what he's got to do, man. Postseason comes, he disappears. That's the problem. We could have won it.
The problem. But you know what? The MVP is based upon, you get a postseason MVP, and then you get the MVP is based upon but they're going to wind up giving it to Cal Raleigh. 240 something batters going to get him. And I think so. I think because you know what, MLB is making a big thing. He has 2 games to get 2 more home runs to tie Judge, which he might fucking easily do because he seems to get 2 home runs per game. And the ball's juice. Do you know how many guys have 50 home runs? Judge has 50 home runs. Judge has 51. Otani's got 53. Kyle Schwarber has 56.
Wow.
Cal Raleigh's got 60 now. And there's something, is it Woods? Somebody else has 50. There's like 5 guys who have 50 home runs.
Well, look at Riley. He's a 248 average, 60 home runs, 125 RBIs. Well, but his average is low.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't go by that. But it's not just average. Judge hasn't beaten every on base percentage, on WAR, which is wins above replacement. That's huge. You understand? Yeah. I know Cal Raleigh's also a lefty batter. Those guys seem to hit home runs more than righty, because the left field porches are shorter than right. Imagine Judge if he was a fucking Red Sox with that fucking short wall in left field. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Think about what that would have been. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. Even with Old Yankee Stadium, if he was a lefty, he would have probably hit the bunch out. That was a short fence. Yeah,
I mean, still short. It's the same distance. But the thing is that Raleigh is. Look, I'm not taking anything away. Seattle fans, you should be happy. You got Cal, like your guy's gonna break the home record, either tie it or break it, right? Maybe, you know what I mean. And your team is in first place. You're going to go into playoffs. This is like the first time in a long time you guys are even making the playoffs. So it's good. I'm not taking anything away from Seattle. And Cal Raleigh's he's a better catcher than fucking Austin Wells, who was batting like 205 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't, you can't just give it to him because he's going to win the home run thing. You can't do that. You know what I mean? If Mark McGwire didn't get it after hitting 70,
Yep. Joe Marat said, did anyone notice how Kimmel only mentioned Charlie's name once after apology?
He didn't call him. He called him that young man. When that young man lost his life. You know what's funny, guys? Listen to me. As you guys know, Judge Janine Pirro she's the one who arrested me. Judge Janine, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And my friend Charlie Gasparino is my childhood friend. He works with her at Fox. Well, she just left Fox. Now she's the DC AG. So now.
She was pretty back in the day.
Yeah, she was really good looking. When she arrested me, she was a very good looking girl. She's tiny, bro. She's like fucking 5 feet tall. Anyway, so, she was telling Charlie, because Charlie's like, yeah, Greg Valentino is my guy and he's my friend. We've been little boys together because we grew up as little boys together. We still see each other. We go out once a month over here. And so she goes to him, that guy was bad. He's this, he's that. She was saying all kinds of shit about me, right? Mm-hmm. So Charlie and her start getting in an argument. And he was basically like, you don't know him. Go fuck yourself, like that, right? Mm-hmm. And he said it with a hot mic. They were off, like the set was off. They were on set, and then after the set, they were talking between sets, and the mic caught it. So they bring Charlie. They bring Charlie into the fucking HR, and he said, Charlie, you realize that we caught everything you said. It was on a hot mic, and you now have to go and apologize to her. So Charlie said, all right. They said, you got to apologize. We can't have this shit here. So Chuck goes, I call him Chuck, but he goes, I wrote a big thing, right? And he said, sometimes things are said that shouldn't be said between colleagues. You know what I mean? I went overboard. I was all amped and I was just sticking up for my friend. That's just it. So don't take any offense to it, blah, 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 blah. And she got it and she thanked him for it. And he said, you know what, Greg, though? I never said I'm sorry. Because that's the way he is. You have no idea the way he is. But I wouldn't say I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
When I think of Kimmel, I think Kimmel said, that young man, I would never, relish the death of a young man. It was so bad and everything like that. Those MAGA people, that shooter, but he never fucking said Charlie Kirk, and I'm sorry to the family for what I said, but he'll get his. Listen to me. He'll get his. Trust me. He will get his. His will come to him.
I even heard a couple people saying, "Oh, did you see his funeral? It was like an event, like a sports, Super Bowl event with the fireworks." And I'm like, guys, come on, just
dude. It's been a long time since there was a political assassination. An innocent man who preached God. Now, some of you don't believe in God. You have every right, but don't. When you're laying in a ditch all fucked up like this, or your parent is dying, don't start praying. Then it's too late. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that he believed in God. He believed in family. He was a very good man. He never fucking said, this is all because he always said that, well, trans women, this is the whole fucking thing with him, is that he said that trans women are not real women. And he's right. You know what I'm saying? He's right. They're not real women. They're trans. It's a trans. And these aren't even trans, these things. That I don't know what the hell you call them. Even Bruce Jenner, that's cross-dressing that went too far as a fetish. You know what I'm saying? You don't decide at 68 years old, I think I'm a woman. Joe, if I ever come out to you when I'm 68 years old and I say, Joe, I think I'm a woman, I would hope that you'd say, Greg, you'd be the ugliest fucking girl I've ever seen in my life. It ain't going to happen because I don't feel that way. But what I'm saying is, and it's crazy because I grew up like fucking idolizing Bruce Jenner. Remember, in 1976, he beat the guy, go Google this shit. He beat the unbeatable. The guy who was the fucking Russian superstars, predicted to fucking destroy everybody at the Olympics, and Bruce Jenner beat him. And Bruce Jenner was muscular. He boxed in the ring with Muhammad Ali. He sparred with Muhammad Ali. Sparred, I think, with Joe Frazier. He had a chance to play pro football in the NFL as a quarterback. And now he's sporting size 14 fucking high heels. You know what I'm saying? It's like mind-boggling. It's like the Kardashians ruined that fucking guy.
Yeah, and he dated some of the hottest women back in the day. I think.
Yeah, he did.
Linda Thompson, who dated
Susan
Elvis.
Anton was back in the late 70s.
Victoria Principal, I think. Victoria Principal.
Yeah, who Victoria Principal? He dated her?
I think he dated Victoria Principal,
remember
too.
her?
Linda Thompson, who dated Elvis Presley for a long. I mean, he dated some of the best-looking women around.
Dude, he was a bad dude, bro. He could fight.
Who would have known?
Fight. Now he'll take off that heel and be like, let me whip off this wig because I don't believe that's his hair. But whatever. I'm just saying that's it. It's a fetish. Then some guys, like, they like to wear their wife's clothes and shit. Joe, maybe you put on your girlfriend's like panties and shit. And Morella be like, oh, Joe, that ass is looking good. No, but I'm all joking aside. There's guys who like that, right? And then they start taking it too far. Maybe I look pretty good in this shit. Maybe I should do this more. And then they start thinking, well, maybe I'm meant to be. I don't believe that. You don't transgender when you're fucking 68 years old. That's not real. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, guys. If any of you guys out there are thinking about it, sorry. But there is a real issue with that, but it's not normal. And even the hottest transgender, even the hottest one, who I know some of the hot ones, I'll post picture. You guys would be like, dude, you're right. No argument here. Even the ones that Andrew Tate said he would fuck. If there was a fire and we were all burned in that fire, they'd say, look, 2 guys died in that fire. You understand what I'm saying? They wouldn't know. If you buried her and she fucking, and she rotted, and 1,000 fucking years from now, somebody dug that shit up, they'd say, we saw it. It's still the skeleton of a dude. You know what I mean?
I gotta laugh at this.
Whether I crack it in a can, Joe, whether I give it some Spam, which is ham in a can, it's still the skeleton of a dude.
I gotta laugh at this comment. Anthony D said Bruce Jenner was on a Wheaties box, and then Dan says now Bruce Jenner has a box.
Dan's funny. No, Bruce
Dan, that's funny.
No, but you know what's funny? I don't think I think he's still got his piece of the guy. He still likes girls. That's the whole fucking thing. You transgender yourself to feel like a woman. Like, you would figure to be the ultimate in femininity with a man, right? Well, what are you doing with fucking? It's like, that's a fetish, bro. And he was on a Wheaties. He was the first guy. He was the first athlete ever on a Wheaties box. You're talking. That's my.
He has a box.
Do you know who I talked to, Joe? And I absolutely couldn't believe I talked to. I was like ready to lick up her sweat when I was a kid. Nadia Comaneci, and I actually had a chance to talk with her. And I even told her, bro, listen, when you were young and I was young, I want to go to Romania and fucking marry you because I love Nadia Comaneci. If you guys don't know who that is, Google her.
She's young, right? She's a bodybuilder.
She's my age now, but she was fucking when we were both like 15 years old. I would have lived in a bathroom a week just to smell one of her farts. She had that cute little face, and she got that tight little gymnastic ass that I like. I would have been like right in the middle of that.
Yep. Joe Matrat says, "Fuck yeah, Greg, show me that hot tranny so I can RTH."
I'll put it up here. You guys, trust me. I guarantee, no offense to some of you guys, but you'll look at your own wife and go, "Look at this. This fucking guy looks better than you. Start fucking exercising. Hit that bike." You know what I mean?
Thank you, John. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, John.
Bobby Wild says, unfortunately, California is weirdo central.
Oh
Yes,
my
it is.
God, bro.
Yep.
That governor is so fucked up. And Pritzker too. Those two guys, they're fucking destroying their states. And the people. Do you realize that Gavin Newsom, dude, you have been recalled twice. Twice California's recalled, and the recall fell through, which meant he's still the governor. But don't you sit back and think, well, shit, maybe I need to start changing shit because they did recall you twice. You really think that you're going to be a president?
Nope.
Unbelievable.
William Allen said Bruce was on Chips. Yeah, Bruce Jenner was on the show Chips. Remember that?
Dude, Bruce Jenner, I'm telling you, I watched him spar when I was younger with Muhammad Ali. Now, I'm not sure if he sparred with Frazier or not, too, but he was known to spar with those guys. Like spar, just, it's exhibition shit and everything. He was a bad dude, bro. He's 6'4". He's 6'4". He won the decathlon. That's dude, that's the greatest. You got to be the greatest athlete on the planet to even go for the decathlon. Yeah. You understand? He could do anything, that fucking guy. And now he's a woman. It's ridiculous. It's not legit. It's not legit. It's just like, no offense, but I like Matt Kruk. You know what I mean? He's a bad dude, bro. Matt Kruk could fucking kick ass, even as a woman. He does jujitsu and shit. But keep the fucking, it starts I'm non-binary and this and that. You can't listen. You got a fetish, and it's okay if you like wearing girls' clothes and you want to get off like that. You still like girls. You still want a wife, but you want to be one, whatever. But dude, you're a bad dude, man. You know what I mean? Like Matt Kruk, I like these guys. I like Matt Kruk. It's not like I don't like him, but I mean the whole Janae thing is like a little disparaging for me. You know what I mean? Because he was like super jacked, like I'll rip out your neck and shit down the fucking hall. You know what I mean?
Joe Matarazzo wants to know what RTH stands for. Do you know what that means? I don't know what
RTH.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyone tell me what RTH stands for? I don't know.
Google it. What the fuck? RTH. What does it stand for? I have no idea.
I have no idea. RTH. RTH.
I feel like I got RTH of the penis right now. What is RTH meaning? What does it say? Meaning.
Release
return to home.
Release the hostages.
Oh, is that what it means?
Release the hostages.
Release the hostages like this. That's what because I call jerking off. Really, I'm releasing the hostages. You know what I mean? Your little spermies are right in there, and they're like, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" You know what I mean? You look at.
I like Matt Walsh too, though. You ever see when he debates some of these people?
Oh yeah, Matt Walsh is great. But listen, let me tell you something. I showed you the one girl. Trying. If I showed that to Matt Walsh, she'd be like, okay, that's one. You're right. You got me with that one. Because she's fucking right. You guys would never know. I don't give a fuck what you say. You would never fucking know. Never. She doesn't know. Dude, the legit ones get it chopped off, okay? This sex change was cool. You would never fucking know. You would be down there, you'd eat that box, and she'd be like, well, that used to be a ball and some, and a penis. And you'd be like, wow, that's a great tasting box. You would never fucking know. Never. And I fucked this sex change, bro, and it's
different, huh?
Grab your back like a pussy. So then I felt like, okay, well then let me just stick it in the ass because that like kind of squeezes your back a little bit. But it's not. It's okay.
And now you got all these problems with your dick.
You're talking a long time. This is so fucking long ago. It's not even funny. Yeah, well, my dick right now, man. I got to put it in a splint. It's like fucked up. Joe, it's purple. It's fucking purple. Lucia goes, you should take a picture of it and send it to Lee Priest because Lee put his. For you guys that don't know, Lee came over to my house and he took his dick pic and he put it on my phone. He took my phone and he put it on
I saw that pic.
What do you call that, Joe? The wall. What's that picture of you?
Screensaver.
Screensaver. He put it as my screensaver. So I made him change it, but it's still on there now. Because all of a sudden I touch it, hold the thing down. I see Lee's prick. You know what I mean?
I saw that picture. It was
I know you saw it. So you're like,
I was like, what the hell is this, man? It looked like an eggplant.
A few others that he showed us with that shit.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what the fuck, Lee?
That shit was like, I'm like, oh, the only thing is I don't have fucking like the hole. He had the holes in his side where they had to squeeze it with the blood. I don't have that. But, bro, my shit's like fucking purple right now. And it's like, help me. You know what I mean? And normally I have a fat dick normally, so I'm a little bit blessed like that. But now it's like fucking that, bro. It's like fucking holy. Wow. I can't even. If I was to try to jerk it off, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I tell my girlfriend, well, do you want to suck on that? And she's like,
wow.
Are you
Are you coming up here in Apollo Gym on October 18th? I think all of us are going to be there.
Maybe I got it. What is that? A Saturday, Joe, or Sunday?
I think it's a Saturday. Lee Priest will be there. Jimmy the Bull, me, John Livia, Phil Heath will be there. Sean Ray is going to be there. There's going to be a bunch of us there.
I got to kiss Sean Ray again. He hates when I do that shit.
Yeah, maybe you try and come, or maybe we can figure out something to come get you, whatever, you know.
No, I could drive now. Joe, I got a new car, baby.
Oh, you do? Oh, wow. Yeah, what'd you get? The new
what is that car? An Impala.
Impala. Ooh,
like a white one, car. Like yours. It's a white, like you, but you don't have an Impala. It looks like
I have a Cadillac.
Dude, I'm so bad. You have no fucking idea. Ask Lucia. Whenever we go to a store, she sits in a car. She don't like to go in. So I go in the store, I come out and I get in somebody else's car all the time. I did it the other day by accident. And it was funny. My car's white, right? So I go and I'm trying to get in a dark colored car because I'm thinking of my old car. You know, the one I got rid of the Hyundai Elantra, right? And I still have the one that Jimmy the Bull's like, dude, what the fuck? You know, the one that Lee Priest wanted to sell. I still have that one, the Honda. But I go to get it, and there's a girl sitting in there. You know what I mean? And she's like this, all afraid. And I'm like, I'm sorry, wrong car. But I'm like thinking, wait a minute, it's not. I have a white car. What am I doing trying to get in a black car? You know what I mean? And then, like 2 weeks ago, I got in a white car, and I'm like, you know, and then the thing's going, and I'm sitting like, and I'm like, wow, why does my car? I don't remember it having an alarm, and it smells really good in here, you know. And I see like fucking girl shit hanging from and I quickly got out of it, you know. And my
go ahead. I was gonna tell you a funny story too. My brother George took my mom to pick. She likes to go to get lottery tickets. Yeah. So he pulls up to the store. She jumps out very slowly, goes gets the lottery tickets, and comes back out and jumps in the car. Well, George dropped her off. She went into the store. Car came behind George. George went around the block. Okay, he went around the block. As he's coming up, a car is right, and it looks exactly like my brother's car. My mom gets into the car. Okay, George is beeping from behind, and my mom is having a conversation with the person because my mom can't see in one eye. Right, it's George, and she's like, "What are we gonna do later tonight?" And the guy's like, "Who the fuck are you, lady?"
That's funny.
George had to get out of the car and run to the car and was like, "I'm sorry." The guy was like, "What the fuck?"
I didn't do that, but Lucia and her brother did that. Like, you know, two fucking Mexicans, they called for a car service and they went and they got in somebody's car in the back seat, and the guy's like, "Can I help you?" And they're like, "Yeah, aren't you the Uber?" And he's like, "No, I'm waiting for," you know, he was waiting for his mother to come out of somewhere. So, you know, she's fun, but she's shot, bro.
Yeah, she's shot. I mean? All right, man. Well, we've been over an hour, so it's time to wrap it up. Greg, thank you guys all in the chat. The dude, 1983, Skip, John Saldi, of course, you're our brother. You know, Dan, funny joke, man. Joe Matarazz.
That's true, Dan.
Ace, what's going on? Anthony D, Trend Boy, William Allen, Will Debley, all you guys. Thank you so much for Mike M.
Thank you guys, man.
Thank you so much. We love you guys. Thank you. See you guys next week. Greg, I'll talk to you in a little bit, brother.
I love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron.